if you're wondering about that, we didn't actually have enough parts to go around, so that's why I was running back and forth. At some time during the 17th century, flute makers determined that narrowing the bore down towards the bottom of the instrument would make the lower notes, the lower registers, a little bit stronger, and it'd make the second octave finger the same as the first. They also added a key at the end for an E flat, which made it a little bit more in tune with the rest of the instrument. It was at that point that they started making the flute in 3 sections, too, which made manufacturing much easier. This brings us to the Baroque period of music. Our first selection, Pachelbel's Canon, also known as Canon in D, or more formally, Canon in G and D major for 3 violins and basso continuo. It's one of the most famous pieces written by Johan Pachelbel. It was written about 1680 during the Baroque period as a piece of chamber music for 3 violins and a basso continuum. Since then, it's been arranged for a wide variety of ensembles. Before we get to that, though, I do want to take a second to introduce some of the different instruments that we're playing with. I know everybody's familiar with the regular flute. We also perform with a piccolo. You've got a piccolo, don't you? Which sounds exactly 1 octave above a regular flute. Can you play something? The club's been fortunate enough over the last couple of years, well, several years, to purchase a couple of our own instruments. We do have an alto flute that Debbie's holding up here. It's a little larger than a regular flute, and it sounds a 4th below the regular flute. Can you play something? Not to put you on the spot. It's just a real warm tone. Now we also have a bass flute that Kim, let me get out of the way, is holding up here. It sounds a full octave below a regular flute. Now, to get a full octave, it has to be twice the size. But let's hear Kim play something on this. I wanted to take a minute or two for you to hear all this so that as we get into the music where we're going to start using these larger instruments, you can listen for those too. Canon in D.